Hi, so this is just going to be a quick rundown or a tutorial on how to use my ratio calculator spreadsheets. Okay, so if you've, in the book you'll have a QR code under equipment ratio calculators, and if you click on that or you follow the link in the index of the book at the back, it'll bring you to this page, preservepigs.com ratio calculators, and you'll see here that you will have two options. You'll have either a Google Sheets or a Microsoft Excel link. So if you click on the Microsoft Excel link, it's going to pop up a window like this, and all you need to do is click on this little arrow down. So it'll pop up your Save As window, and then you can just save it. I am just going to show you how it looks in Google Sheets, because that is a little bit more complicated. So if you want to download it in Google Sheets, or you don't use Microsoft Excel like me, I just use Google Sheets, you click on it here. So it'll ask you to sign into your Google account. I'm going to do that. And then what it'll ask you is you want to copy the document. So basically you need to make a copy. You do that. Once you've opened it from Google Drive, you will be able to change the name of the file at the top left-hand corner where I'm highlighting now. And you will also be able to change the drive that you're saving it in on your Google Drive. Okay, so I'm going to be taking you through the Google Spreadsheets version, but the Excel spreadsheet is exactly the same. I just don't have Excel on my computer, I just use Google Sheets. So basically down the bottom we've got the four calculators that we're using. The first one is my sausage recipe creator. Then I've got the EQ drying calculator for metric using cure number 1. I've got the EQ dry cure calculator US also using cure number 1, and then I've got a fourth one that uses the EQ dry calculator metric but using the European Union mix. Or the EU mix. Okay, so I'm just going to kick off with the ratio calculator for creating your own recipes, and it's fairly simple. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. I just do urge you to read the health and safety disclaimers, and also make sure that you don't change the cure ratios, because they are set up for the best international standard. The salt ratios you can play around with if you want, but these are set to be the correct salt ratios. Obviously palates change and differ, so you might like sausages that are a little bit more salty or a little less salty, so that you can play with. But please don't change the cure ratios, because that'll then cause problems with the nitrates and the nitrites that are going into the sausages, and you want those to be the right ratio. Simple here is you add in your meat. So if you've got pork shoulder, or whatever it is that you're putting in, and it's 2 kilograms, we put it in grams, so it's 2,000 grams. And then whatever fat we're going to be adding, if you're just using shoulder and you're not adding any additional fat, you just make the fat 0. So that's entirely up to you, but I usually use that ratio of fat. Or if you using US, you can just add ounces. So you would add the ounces, so that's roughly 70 ounces. And that would then be roughly, also just make sure that you use decimals and not fractions. Okay, and then it works out your ratios for you. The sugar, if you are using sugar, I've worked out sugar and dextrose, and you can change those. I mean, so these are the standard ratios that you would use always. Salt, cure number 2, and your starter culture, whichever starter culture you're using. I just do urge you, when you're using a starter culture or the fermenter, just make sure you read the manufacturer's labels, because they might slightly differ, but this is the ratio that is usually correct. I've also just made some notes here. The one thing on cure number 2 for sausages, you would obviously use cure number 1 if you're curing sausages less than 30 days. So if you've got a very narrow diameter sausage that you're going to cure within 2 weeks, then you would use cure 1 rather than cure 2. So mostly on dry cured sausages, we would use cure 1. Okay, sugar and dextrose, you can change those ratios as it suits you. And then I've just included a couple of aromatics here, which are the standard or usual ones. and again, it's all up to your own taste. So you can change that there. And liquid, I've created what I think is usually the standard liquid, but if you want to change that as well, that you can change. Milk powder, I've added, this is my ratio that I use for sausages like chorizo, because the lactose actually assists in the fermentation process of some sausages. So we do add milk powder to some sausages, but not all. So you obviously follow your recipe that you have, your original recipe, and then if you want to play with those ratios here. But again, I reiterate here, you don't want to mess too much with the salt, particularly not the cure ratio, because that's worked out correctly with your meat and your fat ratio, your weight of your meat and your fat. Okay, then I'm going to take you quickly to the equilibrium cure calculator. This looks a little bit more complicated, but I've given you a lot of notes and information on this page. And just to quickly highlight for you how this works is we work out our meat and our cure ratios here. So these shouldn't change, except for salt, if you, again, like it a little bit more salty or a little bit less salty. The rule of thumb is that it shouldn't be less than 1.5% salt, but I err on the side of caution and I say 1.8 to 5%. So don't change it less than that. And your maximum you want is 2.5%. Your cure ratio, if it's required in the recipe, so you know I don't always use cures, particularly when I do things like copper or Lonza, but some people do like to include the cure because it does help with coloration. There's no other preservative or preventative reason for including cure number one in curing whole mussels, other than if you are going to smoke it. So there again, in your whole mussel cures, again, cure number one at that percentage, do not change that, and obviously that's if it's required. If not required, you don't have to include the cure number one, but you never go more than that. Then we've got a sugar ratio. Again, I've given you my note or my preference, but it's up to you if you want to add sugars. Sugars do help in the fermenting process, but here we're doing whole mussels, so we're not really going to ferment anything, but it might just add flavor. I use it when I cure bacon and fish. Liquid, if you're adding liquid to EQ curing, then that is the most I would add is 2.8%. I wouldn't go over that. And then your aromatics, obviously that's up to you. You can play around with that. That's as per your palate. Then once you've worked out your ratios, it's actually going to work out the minimum curing time for how long you need to cure this. Now you'll see if I change that, I've changed it to 1 kilo, and your meat thickness in centimeters will be, let's say 2.5. So that's going to work out to 6 days. You're going to have to leave your meat go through the equilibrium curing process in your fridge for 6 days. If it's 5 centimeters thick, then it's going to be 10 days. If it's 10 centimeters thick, it's going to be 18 days, and so forth. If it's 30 centimeters thick, 49 days. And so that works it out perfectly for you. Then I've just given you a bit of a rundown on how to use the equilibrium method. It gives you a step-by-step process, and then if you're smoking and dry curing. And then there are a couple of notes here. We do not use Morton's Tender Quick in this recipe. All weights should always be entered in decimals and not fractions. We never use salt less than 1.85%, as I've alluded to. And the salt calculation takes into consideration the salt already inserted into cure number one. So in cure number one, you've got 6.25% nitrite. The balance is salt. So your salt, so you want to make sure that you include that in your ratio. And that is already included in the formula for you, so you don't have to work that out. So basically, when you add your meat here, it works out exactly what ratios you need to go for. You just need to understand what the thickness is, put that in there, and then you're working out your ratios. The US method is exactly the same. You're obviously just going to be using pounds and ounces and inches. And then I go to the last option, which is the EQ dry calculator using the EU mix. Now, the EU mix, again, for people outside outside the US and Canada and areas where you won't be using Cure 1 and Cure 2, I would suggest that you make sure you understand what you're buying and you read the manufacturer's labels carefully. But for the majority in Europe, the standard is that you will have 2 cures, and you can have a look at the nitrate sheet. I'm not going to go over that. For this purpose, we're looking at the comparative to a cure number 1, and here we're looking at either Chloroso salt or an all-purpose dry cure. So the cure will contain 0.6% nitrite and 99.4% salt. So this is already pre-mixed. You're not going to add additional salt. All you will use here is 1.85% of the dry cure mix, the all-purpose dry cure mix. Once again, you need to make sure that it doesn't contain more than 0.6% nitrite. If it does do that, you need to come and adjust this calculation, or email me with the label. I've provided you with my email address over here. Email me the label, and I will work it out for you happily, so that you make sure that you don't overuse nitrite in your products. And that's basically as simple as that. Then it works exactly the same. You will add, if it's a 3 kilogram piece, then obviously it'll work out your ratio for you. 2 kilograms, there we go. I haven't provided a US method for this, because in the US you're going to be using Cure 1 and Cure 2. You're not going to be using these pre-mixed curing salts already. So I think that takes care of how to use the spreadsheet. If you do not understand or know how to use it, please don't proceed. Contact me. We can set up a Google Hangout, or I can talk to you over email, and we can work out exactly how it is that it works for you. I just want to caution you that obviously, we are working with nitrites, and we need to be very specific with the quantities that we use. So if you've got any questions, you've got my email address on the spreadsheet. You can contact me. All right. Thank you very much for taking the time. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to my YouTube channel.